Hello my music theorists out there, it's John again on Music Theory 19. Don't theory the theory, okay? So it's I'm going to try and make this as painless as possible. This is a bigger diagram of the last one because I needed more room, okay? I don't want it to clutter. But basically it's just a repeat of what I've done on the 6th string and on the A string, which is the 12 notes, which is we call the chromatic scale. Remember, there's no sharp between E and, yeah, you're shouting at home, it's behind you, F. And from B, there's no sharp between B and C, okay? So, I know you're out there, I can hear you breathing. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to go over this again. E, and the next note is F, so there's no E sharp. The second fret would be F sharp. G on the 3rd, G sharp on the 4th, A on the 5th, A sharp on the 6th, B on the 7th, C on the 8th, C sharp on the 9th, D on the 10th, D sharp on the 11th, and E on the 12th. I've dispensed with the flats just to make it less cluttered, okay? And also, if you learn it on the A string, 5th string now, it must follow the same chromatic rule, but we're starting on A. What comes after A? A sharp, B, no sharp between B and C, so it's C sharp, D, D sharp, E, no sharp between E and F, so it's E to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Okay, hopefully you're getting really blasé and thinking, I know that, John, tell me something that I don't really know already, which is great. Okay, now I'm going to teach you something now. It's called a little trick how to basically locate the notes, and it's called an octave device, okay? So if you have to see this diagram at the bottom, I've done the guitar neck again. That's the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1st string, and I've used an example fret on the 3rd fret on the 6th string. That would be 1, 2, 3. It would be a G. Now, if you notice, if I miss a string and miss a fret there, put that red arrow there, that note is going to be the same as that. It's just an octave higher. So just by seeing this, basically this pattern, this diametric sort of diagonal, it's got to be the same. So this note is the same as that note, G. So what does that mean? So basically, say if you put your finger on a fret of the guitar on the 4th string and you wanted to know what the note was straight away, what you would do is you would look back here to this diagonal, diametrically opposed here. You have one string out the way and a fret, and that would tell you what the note is. So this note is the same as that, an octave higher, which is G. I'm going to do this on the guitar in a minute, mate, so don't worry about it. So on the, so if I did it on the here, which is 7th fret, 3, 5, 7, and I'm on the 4th, and want to know what that note is, I would look back to here, this diagonal, and that would tell me the note. So it's obviously an A. Here's another example. I haven't done it all on the 9th. So it would be a B, okay? So don't go away, right? I'm going to come back on the guitar in a minute and show you that, okay? So while we're here, just remember a little recap. The open notes are E, A, D, G, B, E, which is elephants and donkeys grow big what? Ears, that's correct. And that's got to be the same on the 12th fret because it's the octave. Double dot is 12. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. We're filling this up quite nicely, aren't we? And if we look on the 1st string, it must be the same. 1st fret's at F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and so on. These notes are basically, if you have a look from here, if this makes sense, G to G is 1 octave, G to the, that's 2 octaves. These are 2 octaves away, both these strings. So I'm going to show you a really quick method, and once you've got this, later on how to work out any note on the fretboard like that quickly, even quicker than that. Okay, so stay there, and I'll see you soon. You're back then, brilliant. I'm glad you didn't go away. If you remember the dot marks on the 3rd, it's on the 3rd fret, it's G, A on the 5th, B on the 7th, C sharp on the 9th, E. I call it Gab C sharp E. G-A-B C sharp E. By the way, I'm going to be doing a recap lesson in 2 or 3 lessons time to recap what we've done over the past maybe 4 or 5 lessons. So look out for that one. So it will hopefully consolidate and reinforce everything we've done. So that's G, A, B, C sharp, E. While we're at it, if you remember the dot marks on here, I showed on the diagram in the last lesson, it was on in red. It's C, D, E, F sharp, A. I call it C. I make a little name out of it, so I call it D, E, F sharp. I call it Def sharp. D, E, F sharp, A. Okay? So if I know where, this is how this octave works. So if I wanted to know what, I've got my fingers say there, I want to find what that note is. So what I would do is I put my first finger across. Again, I've got a string out the way. Can you see that? And I'll zoom in a touch more. I've got a string out the way there in the middle, and I've got a fret in the middle. So I've got this diagonal opposed here. So this note is going to be the same as this note. I should know this note because I've been learning these notes. Which is a dot mark, which is G. So this note must be therefore a G. If I play these together, it's called an octave. It's a higher version of. Okay, so that makes sense hopefully. So once you crack the code on one thing on the guitar, it must hold true on all 12 keys or 12 notes. So if I move that up to there and want to know what that note is, I do the same process. Miss a string, miss a fret. It's got to be the same as that. And do I know that note already? Well, it's on the 5th. I hope I do because I've been learning it. It's A. So these are both A's. Okay? And if I'll do another one, I'll say on the, I've got my finger there on the 9th fret, and I go back, miss a fret, miss a string, diagonally opposed. It must be the same as that. It's a B. So there's B. Okay? If I put, I'll just do it in between notes. So if I wanted to find what that note is, I'm on the 6th fret there. I put my finger back. Now I'm in the middle of a dot mark. But do you remember the dot marks are the locators? So remember the locators G, A, B. So if G up 1 is G sharp, so that must be G sharp. Are you with me on that? Okay, go over that if you need to. But that's going to help you to find the notes potentially on all the strings. So you'll start to learn or access the notes on the guitar fairly quickly. It's all dependent on that you must know the notes on the 6th string, and you got the 1st string for free. You know E, A, D, G, B, E, and so it's E, A, D, G, B, E there. Okay, so and you know the dot marks on, you know all the notes on here, and the rules. There's no sharp between E and F and B and C. And you know the dot marks G, A, B, C sharp, E, and you know that it's C, D, E, F sharp, A, and now you can you can work out both strings here. These are both Fs, F sharps, Gs, G sharp, As, and so on, 2 octaves higher, 6 in the 1st, and you'll start to learn this process here by using an octave. Okay. I'm going to stop there for a little while. Okay, I'm going to utilise that to help. We're going to learn the same thing on the next string in another lesson, and we're nearly home and dry, learning to be able to locate and potentially access and learn all the notes on the guitar very, very quickly. Okay, Gav C sharp E. Get that in your head. C, D, E, C, Def sharp A. Get that in your head. E, A, D, G, B, E. Get that in your head. Okay? And this octave device now. It's diagonal. I'll see you soon.